You don't need to see yourself just talking to the mic. I need to be able to see this. Great. We're live. Nobody cares.
We're live on Chuck's channel.
Nobody cares. I only have 3 fucking Facebook friends, so don't be too nervous.
300? 3,000? Chuck, what are you talking about? You have so many followers. Your YouTube channel makes us look very bad, to be perfectly honest.
You know,
Yeah, it's all about Chuck.
I disagree. You guys got a kick-ass logo. I don't even have a logo.
We paid too
You
much
have
money
T-shirts,
for
for
that,
God's sake.
I actually designed all of that.
I'll trade a couple of subscribers for a box of T-shirts.
All right. I feel like we just start off real hot with this. Are any of you in the crowd very confident about your Disney princess knowledge?
Disney princess fans in the audience?
Somebody's
Allie
gotta be
Rainey, I'm looking
confident.
at you. I'm sorry, Allie Bakun. Allie, how confident are you with your Disney princess knowledge? Come here. I'm looking at you, Allie. Yes, no, the
Allie,
other Allie.
Come over here.
There she is.
Yeah. Wait, talk.
No, I turned it all the way down because you wouldn't shut up.
All right.
All
He's
right,
good now.
Allie.
There it is.
No, I want to know how confident you are in your Disney princess knowledge.
We're doing some trivia. We're doing trivia.
We're doing trivia. How confident are you in your Disney princess knowledge? Okay, well, here's the thing. A shot is on the line. And if you get it right, then Mark has to take a shot.
All right, fine.
If you get it wrong, you got to take that shot.
All right, I'm not that good at Disney
It
princess.
sucks. It's Malort's.
Okay, so do you have a favorite Disney movie while I set this up?
You're setting her up for
trick.
success.
Obviously,
is what
you
you're
do.
doing.
What is your favorite Disney movie?
In-game.
Lion King.
The Lion King?
No, there's no princess in the Lion King.
Nala's a princess. You
I
idiot.
guess. Not until Lion King 2, though, technically.
I like Cinderella.
Okay, that's fair. All right. This is mediocre hard, okay? I'll give you an easier one. Never mind. What country is Belle from Beauty and the Beast from? I'm sorry. You have the answer, don't you? What is it? Mark, take a shot.
What the fuck? That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit.
It's an Ask the Audience. It's like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
All right. Just for all the listeners, this is actually
France?
my first shot
Really?
of Malort's ever.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I had
This
to
is
look it
gonna
up.
be horrible.
But if
Hold on.
anybody...
Zoom in.
Obviously, you
zoom in
can't
on
see
my
this
face
if you're
right now.
listening to this, but there are 10 shots of Malort in front of us. About to be 9.
Do I smell this first?
No,
is that
you
what
don't.
I do?
Don't do
before I
that,
take
please.
It? Do I sip it first?
Shauna, Disney,
no.
Disney
So nervous.
princesses.
Hold on.
Please don't barf into the microphone.
Tastes like
Thank
a
you.
pine cone that's been sitting in like cyanide for.
What's up, Woods? All right, so that is how we start our show, with a shot of Malort for Mark, and he's about to throw up.
Every time we take a shot of Malort's, we need you to describe how it feels. Like taking a shot of Malort's, like getting bullied
Is
in
it
the
a
5th grade.
Yeah, is it a burning sensation?
Explain the path to your asshole from your mouth.
It's still
of the
burning my
shot.
mouth. It's fucked up. It's still burning my mouth.
It's like Taco Bell and coffee at the same time. It just goes straight there.
Okay.
It's good to hear. Everybody wanted to know that. Wow.
I'm still
so
recovering.
We should probably set this up, right? We are live at Headquarters Beercade, downtown Chicago. Thanks to Headquarters for having us. Thanks to Chuck from Chuckload of Comics for joining us. This is
Dude.
not a normal episode. This is special because Chuck is here.
You're very. I mean, anywhere I can come and watch Soul Train and Ghostbusters 2 at the exact same time, I'm in.
Play some Battletoads while you're at it. You know what? They have the new Mortal Kombat 11, and not only do they have the main screen that you play on, but they got the overhead one so people can watch you kill each other. This place is amazing.
They have Mortal Kombat 11 in the claw grab machine over there. If you're feeling lucky later,
like an Xbox game?
like
or?
a PlayStation 4, right next to a can of Skull and a bunch of old 3-year-old American spirits.
Chuck, don't talk dirty to me.
I'm just saying.
They also
you're
have the
feeling
double
lucky.
wide X-Men game. Did you see that?
I did not see that.
So if you could have any one of these arcade games in your apartment, pick one.
Operation Wolf.
Wow. Really?
All day. I like killing Nazis. What can I say?
Okay, Leo.
Wrong with killing Nazis. I'm going Michael Jackson's Moonwalker because it is fucking hilarious.
I want my scalps. That's all I'm saying.
That's a game?
He turns into a jet plane and flies away at the end of the game. Spoiler alert.
No
it's
shit.
Hilarious.
Honestly, probably this game right here, Tekken 5. I was a big Tekken guy. Just playing Law, you do the backflip bicycle kick and just not
You're just picking the first game you see.
No, I
That
swear.
one.
It was between that X-Men game that has like 5 players at once or Tekken 5.
So Time Crisis is pretty solid, but mine will always be the Simpsons game. It'll never not be that. I can't help
Whenever
it.
you can beat the shit out of somebody with a skateboard, I
Yeah.
mean that's classic '90s video game right there.
100%.
I don't think they have the Simpsons game here though.
I haven't seen it yet. I feel like you can't have an arcade bar without having the Simpsons game.
They don't. We'll talk.
It's
to
kind
them
of a sexist game. You got Marge beating up villains with a fucking
A vacuum cleaner?
It's like, come on, she does other things.
Yeah, not great. But also, what weapon would you have given her? Like, is she just gonna swing Maggie at somebody?
Yeah,
She does that in her special move. Actually,
does she? Okay,
I don't know.
I'm in.
Great. I don't really know where to go from here, other than let's just get into the episode.
I mean, we had technical difficulties. We should just
We
hop
do
into
have-
news and
We do have Rogan versus Rogan. Do we want to do another shot right off the bat?
Yes.
All right, we can do that if the sound bites work.
I see.
Can they hear us?
Okay.
Okay, I hope so.
I think you need to alter this game for Rogan versus Logan, and throw in a Wolverine question just to mess up the audience.
That's why we need to kick off breaking.
Rogan,
Wow.
Logan.
Mr. Ideas Man totally missed out on that brick.
No,
Logan,
no, no.
you should have threw Logan
I
in there.
love it. I always appreciate help from an idea man
Shauna, I
himself.
see you all the way
Chuck.
back there.
Just saying.
Lo-
Uh-oh.
Rogan to Logan.
All right, Shauna, your goal is to get this wrong.
All right, I want.
Come
I
here,
want,
Shauna.
Oh, no, you just
We're gonna
stepped into the
play-
wrong place.
We're going to play a little game, okay? Let's play a game. We're going to play a game called Rogan versus Rogan. And you need to guess who said this. It was either Seth Rogen or it was Joe Rogan. Okay? So if you wouldn't mind talking into that microphone.
Got it. Seth Rogen or Joe Rogan?
Okay. So I need you to tell me which Rogan said this. It's so strange that we put deodorant on our armpits, but not on our butt cracks.
That's definitely Joe Rogan. No?
I'm so glad you got that wrong. I hope you got that wrong.
I would think that about you.
The answer for this is always going to be one of their laughs. So just so you know, we got the Seth Rogen laugh, which is really easy, but this is the better Joe Rogan laugh.
Can't even hear it.
Nice.
What the fuck was that?
What the fuck was that? So basically, now you have to take a shot of Malort.
Damn it.
You
or
seem
you can
upset.
give it to Chuck.
Nobody,
You're not
nobody
really
loses
upset.
That's
in this game,
understandable.
right?
If you want to pass it off to Chuck, and
I
he has
like,
to
I
take it-
like your style, dude.
What a
Have you ever-
goddamn
Yeah, you
pro.
do. You got this.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
It will sting for 5 minutes.
Worst thing ever.
You're good. You took that like a champ. Thank you,
Shauna
Shauna,
MVP though,
very
for
much
real.
for
Hold on.
participating.
Can we do one more? Can we do one more?
You want to do another Rogan
Yeah.
versus Rogan?
Yeah, I need Matt Cotty up here.
Call on somebody.
Where's Matt? Bring Matt up.
Is Matt
Wait,
in the
Matt,
house?
come over here.
Oh, there he is.
Did you hear the concept of this game?
Ask and answer questions.
Okay, so it's Rogan versus Rogan. It's either a Joe Rogan quote or a Seth Rogan quote. You have to guess. But
All right.
what's on the line is a shot of Malorts. Are you prepared?
So
to take
before
it?
we start, I need you to pick somebody that you're challenging. Who's going to take the shot if you get it
It
right?
should be Brick because he hasn't taken a shot yet, or this
Who
guy.
cares? Fuck Mark.
Fuck.
Mark.
Exactly.
My man,
That's why you
my
should
man.
always keep your mouth shut.
No.
You win some and you win
All right.
some. My guy X right here.
Here is the question. Is it Rogan or is it Rogan?
Get it wrong.
There are only 2 reasons to hate gay marriage. Either you're dumb or you're secretly worried that dicks are delicious.
The answer is Seth Rogen.
Oh, you are wrong.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck was that?
That is a very Joe Rogan thing to say.
Enjoy
Help
your
yourself
Malort.
to a shot of Malort.
Any one of yours. Grab the lowest one. Good call.
Enjoy.
Good call. It's
It's on me.
a veteran move.
Well, thank you for participating in Rogan or Rogan.
Did you at least give him the Joe Rogan laugh?
Sorry, Matt. I'm sorry. Like, why'd you
He's
bring
not
me up?
sorry.
We're good? Oh, God, I can see it in his face.
News to us.
I can see right through that smile.
All right, so we're going to get into the news here. And I wanted to reiterate that Chuck from Chuckload of Comics is here. If you haven't already, subscribe, like his YouTube channel. Chuckload of comics. He does it with his lovely wife, Shauna, who's in the back here.
Who's nursing
They are
that
the best.
shot.
Hopefully, we will see a whole lot of you at Ace Comic Con in October.
Oh, we will.
That would be a lot of fun. Do you have anything special planned?
We do for Ace. Actually, before that, next weekend we are going to be broadcasting from Wizard World. We are going to be sitting down with Lou Ferrigno.
Nice.
We're going to be sitting down with George Wendt. Norm from Cheers. We're going to have George Wendt. So we're sitting down with the kid from Rookie of the Year. What was his name?
Oh my
Oh,
God.
hang on. I have it in my news notes, actually. Hang
Had
on.
dinner with him.
He's like has 3 names.
You know him,
three
like,
first
personally?
names. I ate dinner with him. It was just me, my friend, and him.
Okay,
I'll tell you
what's
the
his
story
name?
after this.
What's his name? I'm gonna need
Ian
to write that
Michael
down.
something.
You don't know
Ian
his name,
Thomas.
Michaels, right?
Thomas
Shit.
Michael something?
God, what's his name?
Yeah, we're also going to be sitting down with Kevin Conroy, the voice of Bruce Wayne
way.
from
No
the
way.
90s Batman animated series. Also going to be in the upcoming Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Mark's
crossover
losing his
on
mind right
Saturday.
now.
So check that out this weekend on the YouTube
Mark's
channel.
losing his mind right now.
Thomas Ian Nicholas. I'm
That's not
sorry,
fair.
I totally butchered that.
I'm gonna have
I've
to
even
write
met
that
the
down.
guy, and I didn't even remember his name. I'm sorry.
He's a really nice guy. Cool
Good.
guy.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. And I
Okay.
am super jealous that you're meeting and interviewing
Come on
Kevin
out,
Conroy.
man. You guys are press. They'll let you in.
Ish.
We didn't apply.
Wizard World wouldn't
Yeah.
even give us press badges last year. So
Ryan
really.
got lazy.
What are you gonna do?
We didn't have the best time, but
All right.
you'll have a great time.
Brick, this is you, like, focused on you news point. We had a trailer, quote unquote, for Dave Chappelle, who is finishing up his $60 million Netflix deal at the end of this month with a stand-up special called Sticks and Stones. So this came with a teaser narrated by Morgan Freeman. Are you over this? Like, this is his 4th Netflix special on a 3 special deal.
Fuck no, I'm not over this. Any new Chappelle content, I am all about it. I'm rich, bitch. Wah, wah. Chappelle might be the most quotable comedian of all time. I think that might be actually accurate. Most quotable comedian of all time is Dave Chappelle. I'm going to stand by that comment, actually.
I find the whole economy of the Netflix special or the stand-up special like really interesting, just because he got $60 million for this 3 stand-up deal. Thank you. No, we're good on the Malort for right now.
Hello.
No more Malort.
My
We're
man.
just doing
We're
a vodka
okay on
soda.
that front.
Yeah, promise.
They're on Xavius. He's paying for him. It's fine.
Thanks, Avius. Appreciate it. Big ups.
So Netflix has over 180 stand-up specials on their streaming service right now, and the only thing you see when you go to their comedy section is stand-up special, stand-up special, stand-up special. It's ridiculous, and I guess I'm more interested in this now because Forbes just released an article about Jim Gaffigan, who just released his latest stand-up special
30
on
mil or
Amazon
something.
Prime, and he basically was just bucking against the trend of going on Netflix and saying, I'm gonna produce this myself, direct it. My wife is gonna direct it. I'm gonna sell it to everybody for $30 million, and everybody else can fuck off.
Okay, I can talk to this because this morning I watched part of Jim Gaffigan's special, and I was actually in fits of laughter about how funny it was. I like Jim Gaffigan. This might be his best stand-up to date, in all honesty. I'm happy they're exploring, Amazon, because I'm tired of Netflix doing all these stand-up specials. I want some competition out there, and the fact that Jim Gaffigan's out there with an actually quality stand-up is huge for me. I love it. I'm in love with it. Honestly, Jim Gaffigan's stand-up is my recommendation for the week. We'll get into that later. Spoilers. Sorry, y'all. But I'm sold on this. I think also, but Dave Chappelle himself, anything Dave Chappelle does is just funny. I saw him do a Instagram live video with John Mayer, and I was laughing my head off the entire time.
John
too.
Mayer was in a
John
lot
Mayer
of
is
skits.
hilarious, man.
John Mayer, quietly one of the funniest people ever, too.
Was he really funny in A Star Is Born?
He's great. He goes with the flow. He's
No,
always
he wasn't
down.
funny then.
John Mayer
serious.
wore that Borat swimsuit, right?
Yeah.
He's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, of course.
I love John
Look,
Mayer.
I'm not arguing
He's
that.
so
I'm
well
just-
spoken.
the whole thing
I'm
is
just
like-
saying, Chappelle show in general. Anything Chappelle does is actually funny. Always worth a watch. Period. Point blank. Lock it in.
There it
Okay,
is.
fair enough.
So is this going to be one special, or is he on for like
This
2
is
or
his
3?
last special on this deal, so he could still do another one technically.
He just did stand up with Jon Stewart at Red Rocks. He had a stand up special it was Dave Chappelle and Jon Stewart at Red Rocks, and they had Zach Chi, I think from Saturday Night Live opened up for him. They had a spectacular show over at Red Rocks.
Did Jon Stewart actually stand up? I feel like he's always sitting down. I've
No.
never seen him stand.
Yeah, Jon Stewart does stand up behind a desk, actually.
Oh, he doesn't actually stand up
no, he
physically.
does stand up.
Okay.
He's fine.
What kind of big dick flex is it for you to come in and be like, Morgan Freeman's going to narrate the teaser for my stand-up
Talking about the trailer, I mean, anytime I can hear Morgan Freeman utter the word fuck, not once, but twice in full Morgan Freeman voice, I'm sold. But did you see the trailer yet? Did you watch it? Something about the trailer totally fucking caught me off guard. Like, the T-shirt that Dave Chappelle is wearing in this trailer is a little too long for Dave Chappelle's body. I thought it makes him look like he's got legs about this
It's
big.
high fashion, Chuck.
And his arms are like really, because he's got a long T-shirt with short sleeves. It's a total
It's
trick on the
3/4
eye.
down the quad area. Yeah.
Like, what the fuck's going on here? It's
The
like
long
his little-
tees are
his
in, though,
shoes
Chuck, a
sticking
little
out of the
bit.
bottom, but his arms are like 10 feet long.
Yeah.
It's a little creepy and weird. But then you get Morgan Freeman just saying fuck multiple times.
I love
mean,
Morgan
It was a
Freeman and
winner
Dave
of a
Chappelle.
trailer.
If you can
Okay,
get Morgan
fair
Freeman to do
enough.
that, it's amazing. It's amazing.
All right, let's move on to another trailer that we had this week, Dark Crystal. So we talked about this last night, Chuck. Have you ever seen the original Dark Crystal movie?
Just because I'm old doesn't mean I...
That's exactly what I thought it.
No, actually, I mean, I was really late to Dark Crystal. I didn't watch it as a kid, and I just recently saw it like 2 years ago. And I know it's lame. It's my great shame having waited so long to see Dark Crystal. And honestly, I mean, I wasn't that impressed with Dark Crystal when I first saw it. Obviously, I was blown away by the puppetry and the puppeteering and shit, but...
It is Jim
You know,
Henson, who is the king of
I know.
puppeteering.
And you got Brian Henson doing the next one. The trailers for this one, though, holy shit. Blew me away. The mixture of puppetry and CGI and special effects. Everybody in Hollywood is doing a voice
Chuck,
in this movie.
What was the last good puppet movie you've seen?
Muppets Take Manhattan.
Or the Muppet Christmas. I don't know if that was before or after, but that was on my
Muppet
VHS.
Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
What happened before? When was Team America World Police?
Okay.
That was the last one.
You're right.
That's a fact.
People forget.
Are
about
marionettes in the same
Yeah.
qualification as the hand up the ass
not
puppet?
really. It's a different. They're not
assume so.
Muppets.
I see. I put them in two different fucking fields.
You know what? When I saw that trailer, I thought they did a fantastic job of like the CGI itself. They made the world. They built the world very well, and then all of a sudden you look at these puppets and they're like kind of talking right.
Yeah.
It's a little off-putting for me, and I feel like if you're gonna just
The
do all
Gelflings-
CGI, do CGI.
The Gelflings look really weird. Like the Skeksis, the big bird creatures, fucking look great. But even now, the Gelflings, the main characters, the little elf-looking fuckers, still just don't look nearly natural enough.
I just think it doesn't hold up nowadays, though. I think that general puppeteering does not
It's the
hold up.
same. I mean, that's why it's so cool. You know, it's
We'll
just like
see.
just like Team
Different art
America.
forms.
See, that was my argument. We were really torn on this when we watched it last night. We were like, "Oh, that looks kind of dumb," and I'm like, "Well, that's kind of how it's supposed to look."
Yeah.
Is it like? Okay, so
Arms
Yeah,
is it-
that's exactly it. It's like Kermit doing the arm flap thing.
No. Okay, so are you saying it's equivalent to like The Artist because it was all in black and white and it was kind of a silent film? Like because it has like that artistic style, you're gonna like it? Is that what you're going for? I'm just
I
curious.
guess I don't know, but the cast list is insane, right? Like we went through
madness.
this last night.
What is it?
Everybody's
so
in this thing.
I got a few people on this. It's Simon Pegg, Andy Samberg, Aquafina, Keegan-Michael Key, Mark Hamill. Like that's an insane list of voices.
It's a good cast. It's a good cast.
And
Dave,
they're
Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle's on there, too.
if Dave
If only.
Chappelle was in
Morgan
this, he'd be
Freeman.
totally into it.
Well,
That's all
Charlie
you need
Murphy,
is Dave Chappelle.
hologram Charlie Murphy.
All right. We had another trailer for a movie called Zeroville. So this is kind of another one of those twin movies, just because of the time that it's being released. So we just got Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and this is also Hollywood late '60s about Sharon Tate. But apparently this one was actually made before Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. This was made way back in 2014.
Wait.
But the production company went out of business. So it's kind of been in limbo ever since, and one of the companies was looking at buying it. Now it's actually going to get released. This is James Franco, who is directing and starring. It's also got
for it
Megan Fox,
immediately.
Seth Rogen, Will Ferrell, Danny McBride, Thomas Ian Nicholas, whose name I couldn't remember earlier, a.k.a. the Rookie of the Year. So this
He's in
looks-
it?
What's up?
Oh, okay. Never. I thought you said he was in Zeroville. Sorry.
He is.
He is.
He is?
Yes.
Oh, fuck yeah. Now I got a
That's why I
question to
brought
ask him.
it.
Great.
This movie looks
Write that down.
weird
Yes.
as shit. and I don't know what's going on.
It looks great.
Chuck, we want credit.
You have to keep in mind this was made 5 years ago, so I'm really wondering what kind of like ambiance it's going to have, because I mean, we talked earlier off air about movies that were made 10 years ago and the things that you could say that you can't say now.
Yeah.
And this is supposed to be set in the late 60s, so do you think that's going to have any kind of impact on this movie?
I mean,
Rick, why don't you weigh in?
Okay, well, it's very odd that a Sharon Tate movie was going to release 2 weeks like next to each other. That's insane to me. So this company went out of business, and that's what happened. How did they not? So
See, I call
they
bullshit.
recorded in what, 2012, 2014?
Based on the trailer, it seems like Danny McBride is questioning James Franco on Sharon Tate. So it seems like maybe he's a suspect in the murder of Sharon Tate.
Honestly, this movie is so bizarre. When I watched the preview for it, there's in the preview itself, it just goes, man, this is a weird ass movie.
It's very psychedelic and kind of.
I don't know what to expect, because it's kind of is in Seth Rogen and James Franco's prime. They're at the very tail end of it, and all of a sudden they came up with
this is back
this
when they were
hidden
doing
movie.
every movie together.
This is the end cast with Megan Fox, basically.
You mean
it's
this
the
is
whole cast of This Is the End?
You mean
plus
This Is
Megan
Us
Fox.
versus Megan Fox, right?
It was also peak Megan Fox before
This Is
everybody
Us,
found out
yeah.
that she
This
had
Is
a
that
house.
one, yeah.
And
The-
Megan
the
Fox.
soap opera.
Plus, this is the end with Megan Fox minus Hermione.
Was
All
there
right,
any
yeah.
other movie as such, like, that went 5-10 years without getting picked up because they went bankrupt or anything that you can recall?
I
that had
should have done
something
the
similar
research on
happen?
that. I don't know what it is.
Do you know anything? Because this
I
was like
guarantee
this
it.
is like a
X-Men-
one-off weird thing where they filmed the movie. It was in the archives for
I think
how long?
honestly, I mean, it's no coincidence that this thing gets shelved at the exact same time that James Franco
It's weird, right?
gets
weird.
under so much scrutiny for sexual harassment and stuff. I mean, I think they might have just put it on the shelf. Maybe they knew they had a really good movie here, and they're like, let's just sit on this one. Let's put out that Mad Max Fury Road weird fucking James Franco movie
Sped up
and sit on this
1.3,
one
yeah.
Interesting.
until Sharon Tate's popular again, and then we'll
Well,
bounce
they
back out.
succeeded.
Yeah, we'll wait for
I guess.
Quint
It's perfect
to drop the
timing.
movie. Wow.
I did
Never
love this
thought of
trailer.
it
I
that
thought this
way.
trailer was absolutely spectacular. My favorite part of the trailer was when you got Steven Spielberg and George Lucas sitting in a room, and Steven Spielberg's talking about this idea he has for a movie with a shark in it. And George Lucas is like, are there going to be robots in it? He's like, what's with you and robots?
You guys can't make
And
movies
that's
anymore.
how Sharknado was born.
It was fucking hilarious, dude. And I thought James Franco looked killer as shit. I just like movies about movies getting made.
I
They're like
enjoy
super
I
Franco.
find that
duper entertaining.
I find that fascinating too. It's a period piece. I love old Hollywood. I think that's so interesting how they
It's a period piece.
how they used to act. Yeah, period piece.
Hey,
You know
man,
me, I'm a
period
sucker.
piece for life, man. Fucking
Hell
love
yeah.
period pieces.
My guy right there. But it's so interesting to see how Hollywood has evolved from like the old school black and white, how they're acting in those movies are so different for how they're acting now. It's just so interesting to see how
Yeah.
someone portrays their acting like in the past. It's so weird. I find it fascinating.
I'm just happy to see him in another movie because what's his face?
Disaster Artist,
Franco.
or- yeah.
Because the last one I saw him in was the movie where it was Walter White. I can't think of his name. Bryan Cranston, and he
Oh,
was
yeah,
the
the-
disapproving dad,
Yeah,
which
what
was
the fuck
actually
is
a
the name of
quietly
that?
funny movie.
It was surprisingly good. I saw it at the Bruin View. It was a great Bruin View movie.
Yeah.
Trivia.
But yeah, I love seeing Franco in movies. He's always got something. And
I mean, Disaster Artist was great. It's kind of very similar to Disaster Artist. It's a movie about a movie getting made.
Yeah.
But what's with the weird shit about him finding single sales in other movies, and he's like going
He's
down
all
this
about
weird
it.
rabbit hole of like there's a movie inside of every movie that was ever get made.
So he's
And he
clearly
starts chopping
insane.
singles. Like, this movie's going to be fucked up.
Yeah.
And I'm in, man. I think it looks great.
What is going to be the ending scene when they put together all that film reel? No idea.
It's going to be The Room.
Wow.
Could be.
Okay.
Oh,
It's going to come full
That'd be a
circle, man.
twist.
All right. Chuck, did you see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Yeah, I loved
Can
it.
you give me like your 10-second review?
I thought it was fucking badass. I mean, my favorite part of the movie was I liked how the movie had zero fucking plot, but it was just a series of well-written, well-directed Quentin Tarantino fucking scenes. Some scenes that you'll remember forever, some scenes that you'll forget the second you walk out the door. But
built
shit like
the
the fucking Bruce
intensity.
Lee scene and the fact that they totally flipped the script on the end, totally rewrote history, but you didn't see it coming like you did in Inglourious Bastards. You knew he was rewriting history. It's like you're waiting for that Sharon Tate murder.
And it doesn't.
And then it never happens.
Yes.
Spoiler alert.
it's the way they build the suspense. You know it's a Quentin Tarantino flick. You know what's about to happen, and then he doesn't give it to you, and you're just waiting for it, and then he unleashes it all.
And then you get Brad
He
Pitt
unleashes
fucking
it
tripping his
all.
ass off on acid. And
There was suspense throughout that whole
Brad
movie,
Pitt
though.
moneyballing that
loved
girl in
it.
the face
The
was
LSD
amazing.
cigarette.
But I can see why people didn't dig it, because if you go back and watch Pulp Fiction, you go back and watch Kill Bill,
Yeah.
those movies have fucking plots. And this doesn't.
Okay.
It's not for everybody.
All right. We got one more trailer to talk about. Then we'll do another
Shot of Malorts.
Rogan versus Rogan.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Last
Save
trailer
this.
is for a movie called Parasite from Bong Joon-ho, who did Snowpiercer and Okja, both of which have been critically acclaimed. But the selling point on this is that he won the Palme d'Or, aka the best film at Cannes, the French film festival this year. So people love this. People are all over it. I'm willing to give it a shot. We talked last night about the amount of feathers that you can put on your movie trailer.
For the awards, the film festival awards, I'm just like,
One
oh my
day.
god, there's 15 of these.
You guys should make a
popping up.
T-shirt that says Chumpcast with just feathers on it.
Yeah.
That's how
No,
we
no,
get
no.
big.
We should
Wow.
we should make the feathers, and then just have instead of like the Chumpcast, we'll put fart sniffer, and then underneath it we'll have the Chumpcast.
Perfect. Sold. New
I'm
logo.
still seeing this movie though.
All right.
We're selling fart sniffer T-shirts. Come on in.
I tried to watch this trailer, man. I really did. And
You couldn't get into it?
I couldn't even finish it.
Wow.
Are you not a
I knew
subtitles guy?
you told me about it, and I was like, all right, I'm going to watch it. If you can't sit through a 2.5 minute trailer,
Chuck, let me ask
It
you
is
this.
not
it's
long.
great.
What did you think of Snowpiercer, the first one?
Never saw it.
Me
I've
neither.
heard the name Snowpiercer, but I don't know. Is it a comic? Is it a movie?
It was a comic and a movie starring Chris Evans. So
Never seen it.
it has been
Okay.
made. It's being remade. But we've talked about almost everything nerdy. We've never talked about anime with you. Are you not an anime guy?
I'm not an anime guy.
I feel it-
You know,
yeah,
when I was in
okay.
high
I can do
school and
that.
shit,
Yeah.
everybody said, watch Akira, watch Ghost in the Shell.
Or Dragon Ball Z. Just go home.
And then I was like, yeah, okay, I'll watch them. Never really
Yeah.
got into it.
That's fair.
I'm not a hentai guy.
Some people aren't into subtitles. That's
Cheers.
fine.
Cheers to that. I'm
Okay.
don't do
Respect it.
subtitles.
It's fucking great.
You guys just sit
single
over
cell
there, all
animation,
right?
I'm
but,
a
Sit over there.
I'm
Sit
One
on that
Punch
side.
Man guy. I love the bald jokes. Mark, you'd appreciate that. It's hilarious. I like some anime. I'm not a big anime
If
guy.
it's dubbed, you're into it for the most part. If it's
yeah,
good.
if they can talk English, I'm fine.
I do prefer
I'm not gonna
dub.
read. I'm not gonna read what you're
No,
saying.
Brick would never read.
Not unless it
How
has
much-
Kevin Costner in it or.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care how much emotion you're carrying in Asian.
But it's
It's not
as
gonna work
far
for
as
me. I
Parasite
don't know what
goes.
the hell you're talking about either way.
You seemed fairly interested in seeing Parasite.
What?
Parasite, the movie that we're literally talking about
Yeah,
right now.
no. I was fine with it. I didn't. Nothing really. The trailer didn't really show anything, which I appreciate.
Okay.
But it also didn't get me enough. It didn't get me interested enough to be like this. Oh, I definitely got to go see that. So.
Well, here's
I
the
don't know.
basis, okay? So a very poor family in Korea is trying to do things to take advantage of a rich family in South Korea. It's a tale as old as time. There's some kind of wicked
Song
twist
as
hiding in the
old as
background here.
rhyme.
I don't know what it is yet, and I'm kind of just avoiding all of it until I get to see this movie because I think it's going to be ridiculous. Just because Bong Joon-ho is an expert filmmaker, and
What has
I
he done?
trust.
What has he done?
We literally just talked about this.
Okay.
All right.
Snowpiercer.
Oh, yeah,
Chuck,
hard
I
to hear.
think-
I was
I think-
listening.
It's hard to hear.
I never even seen it.
Chuck, you need to finish the trailer because I was in the same boat. I wasn't
gets better?
intrigued about 2/3 through the whole trailer until the end. And the end is like the twist that happens.
All right, I'm gonna give
And
it a
then
second
all,
shot.
all the film festival logos pop up, and you're like, oh my god,
Holy
this
shit.
might be something.
Oh,
Maybe.
If other
Maybe.
people like it, I should watch it.
Yeah.
Look at
Give
all
it-
the fucking feathers.
Just get intrigued by the feathers. That's all you need.
All right, we're going to interrupt here one more time. So this is shot on shot. First of all, pick who you're challenging.
I'm leaving.
I'm going to ask you a question. If you get it, you're going to challenge me. Okay. I'm the
Oh,
one being
yeah.
challenged right now.
Brother
so,
pride.
would you rather guess a Rogan versus Rogan, Seth Rogen versus Joe Rogan quote, or I'll give you choices of trivia on Disney princesses, Dragon Ball Z, or I guess I'll just give you sports and I'll figure something out. Yes. Talking to that microphone really close.
Sports.
You're going to take sports. Okay.
Yes, sir.
This team
big sport guy.
currently in the National League East. I will take a beer, please.
Baseball.
whatever number 6 is on that board up there. Thank you.
Make it 3 of them.
This team that is currently in the National League East.
You're live
used
on
to be
YouTube and
the
Facebook,
Montreal
by the way.
Expos.
Yes, get 3, please. One for him, one for you.
Nationals.
Wow. I should not have given you the National League East.
Take a shot, bitch. Yeah.
Nobody's
Potato
paying attention
power.
right now.
That's you.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you got it right.
I'm taking it right now. I shouldn't have given him the National League East clue.
What was the... I don't even care what the question was. Good answer, Billy. You're the
Oh,
man.
that's
That's what
fucking
I'm talking
terrible.
about.
It was way worse than I thought it would be.
That tastes
I'm
like
not gonna lie.
buttholes.
Have you had a shot of Malort's, Chuck?
Yeah, I had a bunch.
Did
Oh,
you?
that was
I'm good.
I had a bunch.
I had like
I'm
6
fine.
in the car. I'm fine.
In the car?
I bought a bottle of Malort myself.
I'm going to read the next piece of
I think-
news just so I
oh.
can stop talking for a
I
minute.
won't.
Before you guys move on, guys, just a quick, if you're into movie trailers and you didn't watch, frickin' Dolomite is My Name and The Death of Dick Long, 2 trailers that came out this weekend.
Okay, let me stop you
gotta
there.
see.
Because we talked about whether or not we were qualified to speak about Dolomite. We're like, we're 3 white dudes who are millennials.
It's
who've never seen an
2019,
episode
man.
of Dolomite or
It is.
anything.
I
Let me
identify as a
chime in
black
here.
man.
Go ahead, please elaborate.
I think it's totally okay for 4 white dudes to sit around and talk about Dolomite, whether they've
I
seen
agree.
Dolomite or they haven't seen Dolomite.
My name is Dolomite.
Again, right back to movies about fucking making movies.
It's true.
Come back to it. Comes
This was
full
one like
circle.
I'm more excited about Dolomite Is My Name than I am freaking Star Wars: Return of fucking Skywalker.
What?
I am so jazzed.
Did you say
about
Star
this
Wars?
fucking
Star Wars
movie.
came out of your mouth right there?
Yeah, holy shit, dude! This
Really?
movie looks fucking great.
Dolomite more than
Just-
the
just-
Mandalorian.
Okay, you know, being facetious.
Yeah. A little.
But
for me-
shit, man, the soundtrack for this thing, the cast for this thing, it's the fucking Disaster Artist set in fucking 1970s freaking Brooklyn or fucking.
no, I'm on
it's
board.
fucking dynamite. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. I'm super
it's going
stoked.
to be on
about it.
Netflix, so
And the return of Eddie Murphy, man, he's got that fucking Netflix
That's
gig.
true.
He's
Wait,
returning to fucking
So
stand up.
Eddie Murphy's doing. He signed up for Netflix to do a stand-up special too, right?
He's coming back
What
in a
was it,
fucking big
90?
way, and what a great fucking triumphant return in the
I
cinematic
will- I
world
would
to return
kill
with Dolomite.
for a new
Come on.
Eddie Murphy stand-up special. I would kill for that.
Hey,
I want
speaking
put on the leather suit again. Let's go.
Hey, speaking of Eddie Murphy, that fake sextuplets with Marlon Wayans came out. I saw it on my.
Did you watch it?
No, I saw it on my Netflix banner to see. I will probably end up watching that. Unfortunately, I probably will.
I'm fucking can't
It looks
wait.
so
dude.
bad. It
I'm
looks so
excited
bad.
about this movie.
All right, what was the other trailer you were talking about?
Holy shit! The Death of Dick Long. This one came out sort of under the radar on Friday. It's an A24 movie, so you
saw
know
it.
it's fucked up. You saw that trailer?
Yep.
It's
Because
like
of
fucking.
you, by the way.
It's like
because you posted
Fargo meets fucking. I don't know what. It's about a fucking. It's A24, so you know it's fucked up. And A24 kind of freaked people out after Midsummer. But this is going to be their big, bringing the audiences back to the A24 films. It's fucking
else
low
has-
budget.
What else has A24 done?
Midsummer, Hereditary, fucking
Oh, God.
mid '90s. They did Lady Bird. They did fucking Moonlight.
Damn.
They do all their movies for like $10 million, and they get nominated for fucking Oscars every
Best
single
picture
year.
and everything. Yeah.
I guess it
actually
depends on
brilliant.
whether it's going to be closer to Midsummer or Hereditary.
This
Or
feels a little bit
Moonlight.
more like
Moonlight's really
it's
good.
not a horror. It's like a very suspenseful fucking thriller about these guys that go on a fucking bender, accidentally kill their friend, dump him off at the hospital, and then you ever seen the movie Very Bad Things, where shit just goes from bad to worse to bad to worse to bad to worse, where it just snowballs into fucking one bad decision after the other, and you just watch these guys.
I'm used to
Life it's like Fargo, where shit just gets worse and worse and worse for this guy.
That's what. That's
As
what.
long
I
as
It's
it's not
great.
5 hours long, I don't care.
Fucking Death of Dick
Midsummer
Long.
sucked.
Check it out.
It's crazy. Like Fargo does a good job of like raising the stakes throughout the entire seasons
Yeah.
too, where
You
it just keeps gradually building, and you're
Yeah.
just like you just can't get enough. And I think the anthology style seasons. That's a stretch, or is that accurate? Chuck, you would know.
It sounded good with the reverb. I know that.
That works. Okay. I think it builds up perfectly. They do a great job of building that arc of a story. I love
My
Fargo.
absolute favorite thing about Brick is that he learns a big word and he
he
just
says
finds a
it.
way to use it every time I talk to him.
I hear a big word and I don't even attempt to say it. half the time.
Post-apocalyptic.
Post-apocalyptic. Damn.
That was me with Hitherto Undreamt Of after I saw Infinity War. Everything was hitherto undreamt of.
Hither.
Every conversation I had. Oh, dude, that's fucking hitherto undreamt of. Anyway,
Wow, quite a phrase. All right, let's get into news proper. So, Brick, you brought this to my attention. Alexander Aja has signed on to direct an untitled Haunted House movie for Steven Spielberg's production company, Amblin Partners. Kicker is, this is going to be like Bandersnatch. It's a choose-your-own-adventure type thing where you're sitting in a movie theater and picking the outcome on your cell phone. Do we want this?
Do we need it?
I don't trust it.
why do we want people to pull their cell phones out in a theater? We were just training people to put their fucking phones away. We had them
Take 'em out,
freaking
peeps.
we had them trained. Put that shit away, and now we're saying pull it out.
It's the small things that I appreciate about you, Chuck. That's a great call. Why do we want cell phones out in this? I don't think we need this. This is a streaming option. I don't trust me and 5 high schoolers in the same theater to want the same outcome. Everybody in the theater is going to choose the guy to die immediately. I feel like I don't want to go pay $10 to go see a 20-minute movie.
When did this shit
Right?
turn into American Idol? Like, I know. I don't want some 12-year-old. And once her phone's out, she's going to sit on Instagram, or she's going to fucking call her friend, and she's going to start
Why still
fucking
watch?
tweeting.
How
Your
are
phone's
theaters
already
even
out.
going to implement this whole thing? Like, how are they going to implement this whole thing? How there's got to be some new technology that they have to put in place to make this work.
Do they have like 4 projectors going at the same time, and they just flip one
It's
off,
gotta
flip
be,
one on?
It's got to be through Wi-Fi, I would assume, unless you sign in to
I
something.
fucking hate this idea. This
Unless
is
they give
terrible.
you a tablet, yeah.
This really
Fuck
just
it.
reminds
No.
me of that episode of Futurama where they're like, do you want to watch Calculon go save his son from being murdered, or do you want to watch him redo his taxes?
It's fucking
Everybody's gonna
Seinfeld.
pick- Everybody in the
The
theater is
tax
going to
is
pick
fucking
the
movie
opposite of what
phone, you know?
wanna
Why
see.
don't you just tell me what movie you want to see?
Yeah.
Okay.
I fucking love Futurama. Calculon, that's so funny. Just that old
I
that
remember- this is
robot
why I-
romance guy. That's amazing.
This is why I don't remember anybody's name when I meet them, because I remember every Futurama sketch
Yeah, you
ever.
think of Futurama
Yeah.
quotes.
Okay.
You need to
Nerd.
keep- those names are essential. I need
aware.
to know all the names of all the Soul Calibur players, but I don't remember your name. Billy? Zach? I don't know. You're my brother. I don't even know.
Let me quote you a Soul Calibur player. God damn.
That's crazy.
All right.
That's dark.
Next bit of news. Chuck, this is for you. The Loki TV show coming to Disney Plus. This is going to be taking place after the events of Avengers Endgame. He's going to have the Tesseract. Okay? So he's going to travel through human history, change historical events, and this is going to lead into Thor 4: more Thor. Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder, yeah.
What do you think about this?
First of all, let me say I'm so fucking excited for Phase 4 and what they're planning. They're planning. If you saw San Diego Comic Con,
Phase 4? I thought it was 5.
Phase 4. We're about to roll into Phase 4.
It's 4. Okay.
The fact that all of their streaming service television shows are going to directly tie into the movies, like
Yeah.
this is the first time you saw the slate at San Diego Comic Con, and more than half of them are television shows. And they're going to weave, like, you got WandaVision's going to go right into Doctor Strange. Loki's going to go right into fucking Thor. Captain America, fucking, or Bucky and Winter Soldier, going to go into something else.
Yeah.
That's got me so fucking jazzed. What I don't understand about this story, and maybe you guys can set me straight, the Tesseract is the space stone. How does he travel through time with the space? It's not a time traveling Infinity Stone. It's a space traveling fucking Infinity Stone. How is he going to go back in time
How is he traveling through time?
using
Yeah.
the Tesseract?
Is this going to be like a he trains Hitler type of thing?
I just don't understand how you're going to utilize the space stone to travel back in time. I don't get it.
This is a question for you. Did you hear the whole question?
No, I'm sorry, I missed it.
So with the Tesseract, I mean, you could repeat it, but
Well, I mean, the Tesseract is the space stone.
Yes.
It allows you to travel from one point in space to another point in space. It doesn't allow you to travel in time. I mean,
You don't
that's
think
why
it's
you
going to
got
be like
the
a
time stone.
wormhole thing?
Or maybe he uses the Tesseract to get the time stone. I mean, I really don't know. How the fuck is he? Or maybe he goes. I have no
Watch the
clue
language. Your guess is as good as mine.
how he's supposed to use the Tesseract to travel back in time. But
You
I'm
didn't think
excited
about
about
this?
it.
I have not actually thought about this.
God.
and
I mean, I think
even
it's going to
missed
be
the
a
question because
it's
I'm
a
being
killer
a bad
tie into
host
Bill
right
and
now.
Ted
Naturally.
Face the Music.
All right. Let's talk about the next bit of news, which is Universal Pictures has announced that The Hunt, directed by Craig Zobel and co-written by Damon Lindelof, who you would know from Leftovers, you would know from Lost. He's doing the new comic book show on HBO. Wow, I'm totally blanking on it.
Watchmen?
Thank you. He's done all those things, and this is going to star Hilary Swank, Betty Gilpin, our girl, Ike Barinholtz, Emma Roberts, Glenn Howerton, and this movie has been totally pulled off of the slate. Like, it's not going to be released at all. This is reminding me of the interview with Seth Rogen and James Franco.
Yeah.
Do you
Fuck
think,
this.
first of all, this has been pulled off the slate. What do you think about that? Secondly, Chuck, I'm gonna kick this to you. Do you think this is like a power play where you're like, okay, we've got some controversy now, everybody's gonna want to buy it like they did the interview? Or is it just like everybody hates this?
First of all, I do think this movie will eventually see the light of day. I think it'll go on a shelf somewhere and it will fucking come out. I don't think it's a power play to try to build up buzz for the movie because they just shot the trailer and the trailer was really popular. Everybody loved it. But fuck this. This pisses me off to no end. This is like the worst fucking version of censorship you can even think of. I mean, film is a fucking art form, and the best parts of art is fucking putting a mirror in front of your fucking face and looking at the ugly spots on your ass. You know what I mean? It's like, well, I don't know how you're going to see that looking at your face, but
No, I'm totally in agreement with you.
it
I think
pisses
I
me
think
off that the studio.
What's the old quote? And I'm totally blanking at it. If you want to know who's in power, who can you not criticize? It's that type of thing.
That's not
I
the
mean, that was
quote.
deep as
Doesn't
shit.
sound very
It's-
fluid.
The quote is way more eloquent than that.
You think you know, but you don't know. That's
don't
the quote.
know.
That's the quote.
Yes, that's definitely the one.
You think you know, but
Okay.
you don't know.
But we don't know for sure. I mean, I'm hoping this movie actually got pulled because
So my
maybe it
dad
sucked.
does.
Maybe it went off to
Double
test
titties.
audiences and they fucking hated it. Maybe it was testing really shitty and they knew they were going to lose money, so they're going to shelf it. Make a headline saying it's because of the recent shootings. I mean, we've had shootings in this country for freaking generations.
So you can never release like another Rambo movie
Right.
or anything like that. The idea was that's what they said they were canceling it for, but also they're saying that the creators are calling it a satire, but supposedly it was about the quote-unquote liberal elites hunting conservative people for sport. So there's where the censorship comes in.
It's
I think you
fucking
just
awesome
let it
movie,
happen
man. I'm
and say,
super
"Fuck
excited. Did you ever watch, what was it, Surviving the Game with Ice-T?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was so excited for Surviving the Game 2, a.k.a. The Hunt. The trailers look badass, and it's absolute bullshit that they pulled it. But I think it's going to see the light of day.
This
You
might
know-
keep going on too.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean,
We're gonna get a bunch of more streaming movies and TV shows. I wouldn't be surprised if
maybe
obviously
Disney will
how
just
things
There
buy
it
it.
is.
Wow, X
Wow.
with a power move.
That's a shot.
All right,
of
now
a
you
horse,
just got to
by the
name
way.
your
Hell
favorite
yeah.
Disney
oh,
princess.
he's feeling that right now.
Just name
You know
one.
what? I think
For those
that-
of you
Name
who
a
can't
Disney,
see,
Disney princess.
The black one.
I'm sorry. This is a perfect time
You're
to
gonna have
take
to be
a
more
break.
specific. There's
Mr.
so many.
Mark Ott, come up here right now.
And there's like 9 of them.
Chuck, can I borrow your microphone for Mr. Ott
get it.
right here in the blue shirt? So if you don't know,
Stay up here. We'll do one with you.
if you don't know, Mark Ott, one of the
love
original Chumpcast chumps, actually named the
Listen.
show after a 30 rack of Bush Light. That is this man right here with the dapper haircut.
What is he,
Are
a
you ready to
Capricorn?
play
What a hunk.
Rogan versus Rogan?
Let's go.
We'll ever be ready.
The idea is I'm going to read you a quote, and you tell me whether Seth Rogen or Joe Rogan said it. Okay?
I'm up.
Are you ready for this? All right, here's the quote.
Strap in.
I
Big
first
guy.
did stand up at a lesbian bar. I didn't know it was a lesbian bar at the time, but the lesbians loved me. I was huge among the lesbians and am to this day. I'm thrilled with the lesbian support. So, sir, Mr. Ott, which Rogan said this?
I'm thinking Seth.
Wow, he nailed it.
Oh. Who did you choose? You?
I think it was you.
No, it was you. No, it was 100%.
Who's going to
you.
take the shot?
Big Smithers? Big Smithers.
You guys have a weird mutual.
Handsome Mark.
Oh, you shit, Mark.
Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
You fit her.
Take that shot. We're going to keep going with the news.
I'm gonna be
Don't ever
asleep.
challenge me.
Thank
in
you,
Rogan.
Mr. Ott, for stepping on. We appreciate
Thanks,
you.
Mark. I enjoy your name. I don't enjoy you as a person, though. Get out of here.
Love you,
All
man.
right, Chuck, you ready to get back on that mic? Because this is specifically for you. Chuck. Yes. No, the other Chuck.
I'm going to go with Ariel.
Okay, no, this is for you. This news bit is for you.
Oh,
Mr.
what is Ariel?
I have Star Wars tattoos.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Ewan
Fist
McGregor,
fight. I'll fight him
the
with you.
saving grace of the Star Wars prequels. Is that fair?
The prequels?
Yes.
I'll go. Okay.
He has reportedly signed a new deal to reprise his role as Obi-Wan Kenobi for a Disney Plus show. We'll likely get more details on this when D23 starts next Friday. But what do you think about this? Is this a good idea?
I gotta point it out. He didn't actually sign a deal.
I think you got that.
The deal has not been signed. It's the story came out from Variety. They're in talks. He's officially at Disney headquarters talking to Bob Iger in talks to do it. But I mean, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, Bob Iger and everybody at Disney, they want to win the incoming streaming wars. It's going to happen. They've been talking about it for 3 years.
Reddit
now.
has been talking about
it
this
hasn't
for 10
been
years.
signed. There's no. The deal hasn't been signed, but we know it's going to happen. What do I think about it? I think it's fucking great.
Is he going to have the tail, you think? That little tail?
No, he's going to be white bearded, cloaked.
He's going to be
With a little
old Ben
tail.
Is he going to be
Kenobi.
weathered
tail.
Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Yeah,
Weathered?
without a doubt. I mean, if you read the Star Wars comic books, they every once in a while they would put out just a single one shot, and it was the Obi-Wan Kenobi journal. So while he was sitting on Tatooine, keeping an eye over Luke Skywalker, young Luke Skywalker, he was keeping a journal, and all kinds of crazy shit happened.
Yeah.
On Tatooine, you got Jabba the Hutt on Tatooine. You got Boba Fett regularly coming to Tatooine. You got, I mean, so much shit. You got the fucking cantina. You got Mos Eisley. According to the cartoons, Darth Maul is still kicking. You could introduce. They've already introduced Darth
According
Maul at the
to
end of
the
Solo.
newest-
There's no reason why Darth Maul couldn't come and get that final badass battle on Tatooine with. I mean, the possibilities are endless. And I'm glad it's a show and not a movie because there is so much story you can tell.
Has there been a
Tatooine.
live action Star Wars show?
Not till
before?
Mandalorian. Mandalorian's gonna be the first.
So this is the third that they've announced.
It's gonna be the third. Yeah.
Because they're going to do Rogue One follow or lead into, right?
With
they're gonna do
Cassian Andor, yeah.
And this is going to be the third.
Yeah, and I could not be more excited. I mean, what do you guys think? I think with Ewan McGregor, he's the perfect age.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
I have a question for you. So have you read, of the Mandalorian comics, how much of those have you read? I'm just curious.
I haven't read any Mandalorian comics.
You've none?
No.
Okay. Well, my follow-up question was, what do you want to see from the Mandalorian?
Were you guys
comics
at Star Wars
themselves?
Celebration? We actually went to the Mandalorian panel where Jon Favreau came out, and they showed like 20 minutes of this show.
And everyone just lost their shit.
We've seen so much of this show, and it is fucking amazing. Every single week, we're going to get a 1-hour Star Wars $20 million movie. This show is going to blow people's minds.
Disney Plus?
You're going to freak out. Yeah, it's going to be it comes out in November. It's going to be the very first original series to drop on Disney Plus.
Oh my God.
It comes out just before the Rise of Skywalker movie. You guys are going to lose your shit, dude. It's like,
I'm not even a Star Wars fan, and I'm fucking hyped for
Chuck,
this.
can you do me a favor and tell Brick that Boba Fett was a terrible assassin?
well, we don't know, do we?
We don't know.
He ended up
Come
in
on.
a Sarlacc
Just because you
pit.
haven't seen it didn't mean it didn't happen.
He was bad. The Mandalorians are a much better race of assassins than Boba Fett was.
We'll find out in November, but just because you didn't see it doesn't mean the guy's got a reputation, and reputation must have
Fair
come
enough.
from somewhere.
What was
He
the name
did
of the
die
ship
a pretty
that he flew?
pathetic fucking death.
Chuck, for a shot, what was the name of Boba Fett's ship?
Slave One.
God damn it.
Drink.
Mark, drink.
Get out of here. I've taken
No,
two.
you
I'm gonna die.
You
We
stepped
have-
on that bridge. You got to jump
I
into the
did.
fucking Sarlacc
But
pit, my
also,
friend.
We have somebody here who wants to do trivia. Brick is totally not paying attention right now.
Okay. No, I
of
am.
course.
All right, you're up for trivia.
I'm sorry. I don't know your name. Can you talk into that
Lindsay.
microphone? Can you talk into that microphone?
Lindsay.
I'm challenge
Yes.
Brian Smithers to this.
Wow.
Nice. Good
Okay.
choice.
That's what
I'm just going to give you the hardest question ever.
Oh no. No.
Whoops.
Oh,
Okay.
God. I'm really worried.
So you want a Disney princess question? Why don't you tell me who was the very first Disney princess?
Oh, it's Snow White.
God fucking damn
That's
it.
it. Snow White.
Aw.
That was so
Suck it, Smithers. That was so easy. Enjoy your
That
jet
was
fuel.
wonderful. That was the
loser.
sweetest question, by the way.
Wow.
Hey, pucker up, motherfucker.
That's
Let's
the sweetest
go.
question I've ever heard on the Chumpcast.
I don't like you, Lindsay.
I like her a whole lot. And it doesn't matter what you think, bitch. Let's
All right.
go.
I know one thing.
All right, so high
Let's
five.
go.
I'm going to kick off a news segment so that you guys can talk while I almost throw up while I drink this shot of Malort.
Oh, yeah. Let's hear it. Let's see it. We're
Brick.
waiting.
Toy Story just became the 5th movie that Disney released this year to cross $1 billion at the box office worldwide. How soon is Disney going to buy the Chumpcast?
Honestly, if they saw how quickly that you took shots at Malort's, we might honestly be bought up immediately. We might be bought up quicker than Glow. Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling has been bought up by Netflix. They want like 8 more seasons. That tasted just like jet fuel. Everybody knows it. That felt bad. That
We got
felt
an
like a gypsy
Inception
truck.
thing
Does
going
this
on. We're
mean
live
anything?
inside of a live
That
inside of a
felt
live.
bad. That felt bad.
I'm trying
Hey,
to spit out
Heather.
a question right now. Chuck,
Yo.
does this mean anything for the movie industry? The
It
fact
means-
that Disney's just completely dominating everything.
It's kind of scary. Terrifying, the fact that Disney fucking runs everything, because everything's going to start getting Disney-fied.
Oh God.
So you miss competition.
Absolutely, and I miss the fact that not everything has to be a billion-dollar movie. If we find ourselves in a situation where if it's not going to make Disney $1 billion, they're not going to make it,
Okay.
we're
Chuck,
fucked.
Let me ask you
We're
this.
not going to get movies like fucking Zeroville.
What is the first Disney property in 2020 that loses money?
Wow. New Mutants.
New Mutants.
If it comes out, right?
That's a tough question. This is a tough question. I'll give you some time to think
I
about it.
think we're very
I'll let it
close
ponder,
to
let
You
it-
mean a
Mutants.
new property? Or something
No,
that's already existing?
Anything you think is not going to do as well as it's projected for Disney itself. What is not going to reach its expectations? And that's a
Aladdin
question we
2.
can sit on. Oh, you got 2. I was going to say you can sit on it, but you got
Although
2.
I don't think it's going to come out in
like
2020. It's not going to be until like
When
2022.
when does
What's fun?
Avatar come out?
2019, 2020.
2022.
Yeah, that's Disney. Shit.
That's going to
Technically.
make so much money.
Okay, no year involved. That's fine. What is the next Disney property that you think is going to lose money? I want to hear it.
I think there's going to be a lot of fucking Disney properties coming up that lose
Wow.
money. I think they're going to be churning out so many movies, so many sequels, so many fucking animated. Live action
They have
Princess
the
and the
IP.
Frog is
They
going to
have
be what
IP.
loses the
It's
money.
insane.
I
But
mean,
what
shit,
is
look
it?
at Dumbo. I mean, Disney is not infallible. I think it's going to be one of their live action remakes. It's going to be Pinocchio. It's going to be one of these
Lady
movies.
and the Tramp.
Lady and the Tramp live action.
When is Jeff Bezos going to team up Amazon with Disney and they're just going to fucking rule over the world? When is that going to
So
happen?
what they're gonna
Full
do-
Amazon Disney insider. He knows both. He
They're going
works
to
for
try to
both.
merge, and the government's going to be like, "We're going to break you up because this is antitrust law," and they're going to be like,
I would
"No,
love
we're
that.
just going to buy the country."
If you
In
have
which
like
you
one of the 7 dwarves
You're all
fucking
fucked.
delivering your packages,
Yeah,
make it themed.
that's a good point.
It'd be awesome. A horse and like
Even
a
the packaging
pumpkin
tape is like
comes
Snow White and the
delivers
7
your
Dwarfs.
shit.
Yeah.
I'm
Whoa.
down.
What if Disney and Amazon bought up like Cambodia and just made it a dope place?
They can buy
Cambodia.
They can buy the US.
I'm pretty sure that somebody you've met in your life who is relatively rich could buy Cambodia.
Let's make it dope. Go.
No, you
Also,
you have no
why
friends.
did you
Where are
think
your only
of
friends?
Cambodia?
It's a hot
Logan's on
vacation
Columbia.
spot.
What up,
That's
buddy?
a perfect time for a drop right here.
All right, here, let's drop it.
Best.
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 We the best!
Worst.
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 The
Best man
worst! She's the worst person in the world. Huge, skank, terrible, but thank you.
All right, Brick, I'm going to let you go first. Who is your best man alive, a.k.a. Mark? Mark, who is your best man alive? Because Brick is clearly not ready.
Dude, you can't pull that up on me. Hold on.
Wow. Okay, so I'll
You go
kick this
first.
off because you guys are idiots.
You guys
No,
are gonna be
you-
great
I
at that
got
new movie,
one.
by
I
the
got
way.
one.
Go.
Phones just come out.
Shut up,
You put it
Chuck.
down right. Perfect. Thank you. Yeah,
Okay,
we're good.
I'm going to go first. My worst man alive, Tyler, are you out there? My worst man alive is Conor McGregor because he punched a guy in the face, presumably arguing over shitty whiskey. And the thing is, it's fine if you
Insane
want to
Irish.
argue with somebody. He was in Ireland. When you're in Ireland, you get in a bar, you fight somebody, okay? But if
I think
you're
that is as is
if
tradition.
you're a former champion of the UFC and you punch an old man in the face and he just kind of brushes it off and doesn't even notice,
He wasn't even phased. That's
you're the
that's
worst
great
fighter
thing.
ever.
That's
It's
fucking
hard to
awesome.
beat dad strength. It's hard to beat dad strength.
I'm talking about
Be
how
honest.
Conor McGregor punched an old man in the face and the old man was just like,
He was
yeah,
all
except that whiskey sucks and so does Conor McGregor.
Honestly,
I'm
if
talking
Ty-
shit.
If Tyler Piasecki punched an old man Ryan Smith in the face, you'd be dead.
See, here's the thing. It's like it's the same thing. Like if you're Conor McGregor, you can't fight an old man in a bar because you're expected to just kill the guy.
Yeah, it's
right.
true.
It's the same thing with me and Tyler. Like I can't fight Tyler because I was going to fight him.
Tyler would
I
kill
would
you.
just murder him.
Yeah, Ty would murder you easily, no question about
It's
it.
not fair. Cormier.
I've seen Tyler
Obviously.
fight Sam Sineni.
Diaz. Yeah. But also nobody can hear you. So thanks for stepping up. I appreciate you. Give me that fist bump into the high five. I appreciate that.
All right, I
Mark,
can
do
go.
you have your best man
Take
alive
one.
ready?
Take
yet?
one. Take one.
Yeah,
Take one.
solely for his name. His name is Dick Brain. Dick Brain was elected new leader of the UKIP, which is the UK Independence Party. That's all I have. I mean,
His name is Dick Brain.
his name is Dick Brain, so that's going to be some great laughs coming from the Independence Party of
Brain.
UK. Yeah, that's about
Shut
it.
up, Dick Brain.
I got
What
one
up,
more
Dick
though.
Brain?
We need to talk about Area 51 because that's in what 3 days.
No, it's September 20th.
All right.
I know that because I have to go to a wedding that
Oh, it's in
weekend.
September.
And I'm missing going to Nevada because I have to be in Austin, Texas. Thanks, Tofty.
Well, let me just tell you this: there is a Vegas escort and stripper service called Deja Vu Services that are going to be there. On
So
site.
basically they're promoting this.
Yes, they're promoting. So if you want to call that worst company, best company, however you want to lean that way.
That's a terrible idea.
okay. Yeah. I mean, that's all I have though.
Brick, who's your best
Brick's
man
still
alive?
looking.
Okay, I don't have a best man alive or a best woman. I have a worst space program alive, and it is the goddamn Israelis because they crashed an Israeli lunar lander, and it spilled tardigrades all over the moon.
Tardigrades.
All over the moon. They have these fucking creatures that are called water bears that have 8 legs, 3 claws on each leg,
Water bears are a thing, you know.
no eyeballs, and
microscopic.
a fucking
Yes,
mouth.
They exist. Yeah.
They're real there.
Chuck watched Cosmos with
Yes.
Neil deGrasse Tyson, right?
Of course.
So they have 8 legs, 3 claws on each leg, no eyeballs, and a mouth that looks like a dog's anus mid-poop,
Did you say they have 8 legs?
and then 8 legs.
So they're technically spiders.
They're technically spiders.
And just
They're
so you know,
technically
those
space
fuckers
spiders.
are
Great.
living all
We're
over
all
your
fucked.
face. Never
Oh my God.
Google water bears microscopic of my face. You are swimming in fucking.
They look like a Demogorgon, but a cute little chubby millworm.
They look like the kid from Preacher with the ass for a fucking mouth. You guys watch Preacher?
Yes, I know. I haven't
They
seen
look
the
like
pre-
that
I
mixed
haven't
with a
seen
fucking
Preacher, but
potbelly
I've-
pig.
I've seen the preview of picture, and I know exactly what you're talking about. That anus face guy.
Yep.
Well, anyway, my question to Mark is, if there's a goddamn water bear on Mars that looks and has 8 legs, 3 claws, no eyes, and an anus, a dog anus mouth, describe to me a scarier, worse creature to be evolving on Mars. I need to know this. You're a wild card. I'll give you a second to prepare because this is just like off the cuff. I need to see what kind of creepy monster you think would be worse to be evolving on Mars.
thinking a hybrid animal, like a splugder, which is a slug
what?
and a spider.
A what?
A splugder, yeah. So it's got slug arms, so it moves very slow and very intensely, and you're freaking out. But it's got the spider face in the body, hairy as
Big,
shit. Yeah,
little.
splugder, I guess.
Anything
It's,
that
it's all human size. At least human size.
I don't know.
Human
That's a
size
really
or
hard
bigger.
question to answer.
It is. It is. I also think
There's a lot of creepy ass
I
animals.
have a really,
currently.
really big problem with cephalopods.
What
So
are
like
those?
An octopus.
Good word.
The fact that something has
Just call it an
tentacles
octopus.
with suction cups and a
Hitherto
beak
undreamt of.
really is upset. Like sometimes I'll lay awake at night and be like, why do octopuses exist?
Why do these
Octopi.
cephalopods attack me?
Because they make
It's a
awesome
cephalopod.
tattoos.
You idiots.
I think there would be nothing worse than waking up to a octopus's suction cup attached to your
Yeah, it
head.
fucks
What
me
up,
up. I can't
Alicia?
help
And then just like, oh hey, what's up? You're awake now, and just plugging your head away. Or ink in your eyes. That's fucking disgusting. So spider body,
Splugder.
octopus
Yeah,
legs,
splugder.
Octopi.
and a beak. Yeah. You're right. Octopus have beak too, so it's gross.
Chuck right now is thinking about how he can take the Splugder name and make a comic book and make a shit ton of money off of
Fucking
it.
band name, dude. That is our metal fucking band name. Write that shit down. That's our side project.
We're slimy.
Let's go.
Chuck, do you
All
have
right, is this where we
gross
pause?
Mars space creature you want to describe, or this is
Nah, I can't top
good.
Splugger.
We've had enough of that. That's
Splugger.
disgusting. All right. Anyway,
Chuck, do you have a best man alive? It's okay if you don't, because I can fill it with trivia.
For this week only?
make it me.
Yes.
Make it me.
Fucking Benioff and Weiss
Damn.
just got $200 million from Netflix this week. They said, come and do anything.
Yeah.
Here's $200 million when you're done. That's my one. My alternate is Harry Styles.
Because he turned down that movie?
Harry
Harry
Styles
Styles.
for giving Disney. That's the best. He gave Disney the fucking finger and said, you know what? Because he turned down the role of Prince Eric in the upcoming Little Mermaid movie.
Who doesn't want to be Prince Eric?
Harry Styles, and
That's
I just
so
want to give him a
dumb.
fist
Fuck
bump. You know,
yeah.
he knew that movie's gonna suck. He's like, you know, I know you're Disney and you made $5 billion
dumb.
fucking movies this year, but this movie's gonna blow. Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
Take your Little
Wow.
Mermaid, and I'm gonna slide it across the table.
Imagine this: Harry Styles goes up to Disney and is about to sign the contract, flips the contract out, kicks him in the gut. Stone Cold Stunners Disney's executives in the middle of the ring.
don't think
he
that-
wipes
Fuck
his
you
ass
guys.
with the record.
Disney-
Hell yeah!
Disney
Go
made
Harry
him.
Styles. Exactly. Even better.
All right,
He
fair
fucking
enough.
Stone Cold Thundered his ass to the ground.
enough.
See ya, you're unconscious. Pin him for 3. See ya.
Take a shot.
Harry
Fair
Styles, the whole 120
Wow,
pounds
calm
of
down,
him.
Brick.
Oh, he dripping wet 120. He has that Christopher. Who was the director of the movie with the fucking metronome? What's it with the
Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan with the top with the
Yeah.
the TikTok?
Interstellar?
No.
No, it's the war movie with what's it called though?
I know what you're talking about.
What's the war movie called? Chuck.
What's the name of the beach that they
the
stormed?
war movie for World War II?
It's a French beach.
About the beach where they evacuate all the people on the
People
beach.
on air are just like, wow.
Oh, the Christopher Nolan
Yes.
flick?
What's
That
it
was.
called?
It was up for an Oscar.
Fuck. What was the name of the movie? I didn't see it.
Hey, one more of these.
All right, I'll look it up.
Dunkirk.
But anyways,
Dunkirk.
the Battle of Dunkirk.
Oh my God, more like Dunkirk. What are we, a bunch of idiots?
Wow, it's
Hi-yo.
almost like it's a period piece that you should have remembered.
Yeah, you're big. You're the period piece guy.
All right,
Kill yourself.
good story, but we need to do some more trivia because we still have 3 shots in front of us.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw this out in the
Ask
ether.
our waitress. Our waitress.
Does
should do it.
anyone feel like they know Dragon Ball Z very well?
Mark.
If you
Mark
know
has to get
Dragon
back
Ball
up
Z,
here.
raise your hand right now.
I
Nobody knows
don't
Dragon Ball
think
Z,
they're
or
listening.
nobody's paying attention. That's fine.
It's awfully loud in Headquarters Beercade.
I still have more Disney princesses.
Do Rogan versus Rogan. We got another one, right? Or no?
What's
Mark
up?
Ott
Rogan
knows.
versus Rogan?
Oh, I'm
come
still here. Come
Come
here,
here.
sweetheart.
Let's go. You're back.
First
you're
of
back.
all-
you're
Oh,
back on
you're
the plate.
fucking up, boy.
First of all, I need you to pick somebody to challenge.
Handsome
No,
Mark.
you're not doing that again.
Handsome
No,
Mark.
that's,
Handsome
no,
Mark.
that's
Wow,
out
I'm
of
going to
the
give him the
question.
easiest fucking
Married
question
Mark
of all
versus
time.
forever single Mark.
Stop.
Easiest question ever. All right, Mark.
Don't look at me. Don't look at
Which
me.
Mark?
What are the names of King Kai's little buddies?
One more time.
What are the names of King Kai's little buddies that live on his planet?
It's Bubbles and Gregory.
Wow, nailed it. Eat a shot,
That was the
bitch.
easiest question of all time.
give me
all
You
Dragon
would
Ball
not
Z
have known.
questions.
Yeah, I would have.
No, you wouldn't have. Take a shot and shut
Dragon
the fuck
Ball
up.
Z question isn't fair.
God. You're
All right. While you're
You're a
taking that
fraud.
shot, thank you. I needed that so
One more
much.
time.
While you're taking that shot, I'm going to give you my last worst man alive of the week. And it is the guy who brought his 12-year-old son to see Good Boys and sat right fucking next to me. Because you don't bring your kid to a movie that is rated R and is clearly about sex.
You bring your kid to that movie. So you
He's
can
the same
explain to
age.
him, those
I had
are not
so
nunchucks.
much-
Those are anal beads, son. That's you explained it perfectly. I think that's a good thing he did that. Best man alive. Bring your son to Good Boys.
to Brick's point, but
Cool
not
that.
to Brick's point. I mean, the kids are that kid's age. They're mostly 12.
I had so much secondhand anxiety, like secondhand awkwardness, sitting next to this guy. Every time they pulled out a sex toy And I'm just like, oh, you're going to have to explain that to your kid really soon. And it's fucking weird. And I don't like that. And it was really, really awkward. So that is my second worst man alive.
Were you next to him? Like, was he to your right, the kid?
The kid was literally sitting in the seat next to me to my left.
Like you
Did
were
he enjoy the
sandwiching him
movie?
with his dad?
They even had a buffer seat between them where they put like all their snacks in the kid's book bag.
You took a little Sour Patch Kids? from him?
Exactly.
All right, perfect.
Exactly.
That was a long 2-3 hours, and I don't think I want to repeat that on camera. Never mind.
All right. Let's do another Rogan versus Rogan, but this is you two battling it out.
JC.
Why is it me?
We
He
need
gets to
JC
pick.
up here. JC's next.
Seth
JC's
Rogen
up
versus
there.
Joe Rogan.
Savius.
Let's go.
Who do you want to challenge?
You're next. You're next.
So, okay.
Can't
So
be me.
it goes like this.
Can't be me.
If you get it right, the person who you challenge has to take the shot. If you get it wrong, you have to take the shot. So
He's
you
got
get a
off
challenge.
scot-free the whole night.
That's not even a rule.
was to get you drunk, so.
I've taken like 8 shots.
the answer
I'm
right.
dying.
But he
Yeah,
sucks,
right.
so he should have to take the
Challenge
shot,
one,
right?
must three.
I'm teetering on
I'm gonna go brick
dying.
on this one.
All right, good.
the fuck?
All right,
Let's
Rick
do it.
is the guy.
All right, word.
Thank
All right.
God.
You're
What's
wrong.
that?
Hey, you're wrong.
Welcome back.
We're going to do, is this Joe Rogan or is this Seth Rogen?
Joe or Seth? Okay.
The quote is, honey is probably the most delicious insect secretion.
Say it again.
Honey is probably the most delicious insect secretion. Who said that, Joe or Seth?
Seth.
Joe.
Wow.
Suck it.
Take that shot, huh?
You just like Malorts, don't
Drink up,
you?
motherfucker.
Yo, give me that shot.
Just so you know, just so everybody knows, I'm super shoulder stimulating as I W this. Oh yeah, drink
We
it
still
all.
appreciate you.
Drink it all. Suck it down, boy. Suck it down. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Who would say secretion?
You thought
Okay.
too highly of
Yeah,
Joe.
it's-
Of
secretion
of
gives it
Seth. You thought too highly of Seth, too lowly.
I
Of,
don't like Joe Rogan, so I'm never gonna say his name.
all right,
That's
JC's
fair,
next. He's
okay.
got to go. We need another Seth Rogen versus Joe Rogan quote. We have one
We're
more.
going to start the movie.
Take that
Start
last
the
shot,
movie.
Brick. You haven't taken one.
JC's next for the Joe Rogan versus
Step
Seth
up to the
Rogen.
mic.
Yeah.
All right.
Yo,
Let's go.
You
JC's
prepared?
up next. My
All right.
guy.
What's your name?
JC.
Jason?
Yeah, JC.
JC.
JC. I'm sorry. All right, JC. I'm going to give you a quote.
Okay.
You know the rules. Is it Joe or is it Seth?
You gotta pick a
I
person to
assume
go
you
against.
understand
though.
this.
Who's he going against? Pick someone to go against. If you, God damn it!
Good
All right,
shit.
all right,
Good
fine.
choice.
Me. It's me. JC's got me.
About to go to
I thought
sleep
we were.
in 2
I thought we were
seconds.
dope, but I guess not. Apparently.
All right, here's the quote. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Quote is, marijuana is dangerous, question mark. I can take a fucking fork and shove it in my eye. Should we make forks illegal?
Seth
I can
Rogen.
jump off a bridge.
Seth Rogen.
Should we make bridges illegal? So who said that?
Fuck
was
you,
it Seth
JC.
Rogen,
Seth Rogen.
or was it Joe Rogan?
Who?
Seth.
Seth, right?
That's a Joe Rogan
That's
quote.
Joe Rogan.
What the fuck was that?
Wait, where's the shot?
I thought you said Joe. Oh my God! It tastes terrible.
I'll get you a
I
shot
thought
later,
you said the right
okay?
answer. It was wrong.
We'll get you a good shot later. I will give you.
Rick
a
very
shot of,
stupidly just took his shot for no
Rick.
apparent reason.
I'm gonna go
broke
get
the
JC a shot because that's fucking bullshit. Fuck.
Wow. Wow.
No, he said Seth.
I don't even know what to
100%.
say right now. Fuck! I don't even know what to say right. I apologize. We'll get you a shot on the back end. All right.
Holy
That said,
shit.
I think it's about time to get into our movie review for the week, and that is Good Boys.
Do you see this movie?
Do you want to
I
sit
did.
on this, Chuck?
We saw it like a month ago.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, perfect.
But you guys saw it.
Thank you for coming.
I want to know what you guys
Okay.
thought.
So Good Boys.
We've already
currently-
reviewed it, so I want to hear what you guys said.
Currently, it's 79% on Rotten Tomatoes, 90% from fans. It's pretty damn rare that critics will like a comedy this much, so it's kind of weird in that aspect. I think the expectations for this were that it was going to be the next great big comedy. I don't know if that's what it is. We'll get to that later on. But so this is written and directed by a newcomer named Gene Stupnitsky. And you probably never heard the name, but I guarantee you've seen what he's done because Gene wrote 15 episodes of The Office between seasons 2 and season 6.
Great
This is
episodes.
also produced by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, which is why we're doing Rogan versus Rogan, obviously. It's had a $20 million budget because apparently you have to pay the kid from Room a lot of money to be in your movie. I didn't know that, but set for
the
about,
young Bieber.
He's
Oh,
very
yeah.
young Bieber.
He's
Well,
a young Biebs.
I think he was like Oscar-nominated kid, right?
He
For
is,
Room?
yes.
So
He's good.
So-
he gets
he
a
is
couple
good.
bucks.
But this movie's set to make about $15 million opening weekend. Probably not going to do big overseas, but it doesn't matter. They'll be fine. So, if Hollywood is casting a kid, I feel like it's either Finn Wolfhard, Jacob Tremblay, who is the main character in this, or if it's a girl, it's Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
So Tremblay plays Max, who is the main character in this. Brady Noon is the kid playing Thor, which
Great name.
don't get me started. And Keith Williams plays Lucas, who was my personal favorite in this movie.
Yeah, Lucas crushed it.
100%. Yeah.
So we also get appearances from Will Forte, Stephen Merchant, Retta, Lil Rel Howery, Sam Richardson, all of whom I feel like deserve to be in this movie way more. Mark, can you comment on that? Great, you weren't listening. That's
not really.
fine.
You were asking if they were deserving to be in this production more.
I feel like they were funnier than the kids were.
I don't know. I really liked. I can't think of his name. I like the spiky hair kid. I liked all of them
Thor.
across the board. All three of them. They were all good at being able to fulfill that chemistry where they can play off of each other's different kind of humor,
Okay.
whether it be whatever it was. But
That's fair. Okay. Well, I mean, if you don't know what this movie's about, you've clearly been hiding under a rock because the trailers for this have been all over the place. So, this is three kids who are cussing their way through an adventure with drugs and sex toys for no apparent reason, all just trying to get to their first kissing party. And I think
fucking
we can
kissing
all
party.
relate except for Chuck.
I mean,
Chuck already slayed in 6th grade, so it was out of the question. It
it's
was
been,
done.
it's some of the best trailers ever for a comedy. I mean, the trailers of this movie were absolutely spectacular.
Yeah.
That's the problem. The
Did
movie
they
was
give away
very
too
funny.
much in the trailers, though?
Way too much.
You think so?
The movie was
Yeah.
funny, but I saw literally all but about 2 jokes. There were 2 jokes in there that I didn't see in the trailer that I laughed my ass off.
Yeah.
When he talks about what do you do when you don't want a baby, and the one kid says adoption and the other one says abortion at the exact same time, that
Yeah.
was fucking hilarious. I'm glad they saved that. But yeah, it's a funny movie, but literally they showed every joke in the trailer, and I didn't think there was no heart. There was no really dynamic between the kids.
I do think, though, the background that was set up with even the jokes that were shown in the trailer still kind of hit. Even the ones I heard in the trailer, I still laughed a little bit because of what was going on in the movie overall.
Our audience
yeah.
was dying laughing.
Yeah.
I mean, me and Sean, I think, were the only people who weren't
Yeah.
really laughing that much in the movie because we saw, you could feel the setup for the movie for the jokes because you pretty much already saw them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a hilarious movie, but I didn't
Was
laugh
it?
in it. Maybe it's just because I don't know. I didn't laugh hardly at all because I'd already seen the jokes.
Yeah.
Had I not seen the jokes, I'd have a different take on it. Maybe it wasn't a funny movie.
So
that's fair.
you went
But I,
into
thought
that
I
movie.
laughed my ass off at the trailers.
Did you go to the movie sober?
Do I go to the movies?
Did
sober?
you go into that movie sober?
I haven't gone to see a movie sober since American Tail.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, I was gonna say I was pretty sober,
Okay.
and I don't think
You were
probably
sober?
I would say like 60% of the people weren't, so they were a little bit more aggressive with
Yeah.
the laughing and the reactions to the jokes.
Wow. How about you chill with your
I didn't
big
think
old
a lot of
dick,
the jokes
Mark?
hit as much as people let on in the audience.
I liked Booksmart a lot more
Yeah.
than Good Boys. Like Booksmart had the heart, it had the jokes. You didn't get all the jokes in the trailer.
No.
You didn't
No.
like Booksmart?
Booksmart was fine. It felt like a forced version of Superbad for females, and I didn't think the comedy landed.
exactly what it
as-
was.
It was, and I didn't think that the comedy landed as much as I thought the comedy. I thought this was better than Booksmart, and Booksmart got what, like a 95 on Rotten Tomatoes.
I
Something
think it was the
ridiculous.
chemistry between the 2 girls. I mean, you could feel it. It felt like they'd known each
that
other
was
forever.
Fine. I thought the boys had a great relationship all the way through and through. I thought it was a wild ride all the way through.
Yeah.
You knew. I feel like a lot of the funny jokes did come in the trailer, though, as we talked about before. I thought they had a great supporting cast that they could have used more of. Which off air we talked about how they could have used more of these characters. Like Will Forte is a fantastic awkward dad who's like.
But he needed to be in it more.
Could have used a
He needed to be
lot
in it.
more of him.
I think
He was
Sam
great.
Richardson as that cop was fantastic. They could have added him as the cop, like Seth Rogen was the cop in
Superbad, yeah.
You know, make these roles bigger for these characters. They had so many good cameos that they didn't need to be cameos. They should have been real characters within the movie.
More nudity.
I thought there was a lot of heart involved. Like,
You think?
Yeah, can I get one more?
I thought there was a lot of heart
I
involved.
feel like they were swinging for the heart, but they missed every single time.
Yeah.
The kids just didn't seem like they really knew each other. They just.
You know what? It's weird because
Why? Spoiler
they
alert.
were best friends and
You
they.
have my card? Put it on
Yes.
my
Let's
We
talk
will
about the
do
end of the movie real
spoilers.
quick.
Can we do- yes.
Okay, I'm
full
interrupting you.
spoilers. No. Please interrupt me more. We have full spoilers here. I want all the spoilers to be noted so that when we're editing, there's no that we're giving spoilers.
Spoiler.
Chuck, Give me your goods.
Why?
Give me the goods.
Why the hell? The fact that the kids all like broke up and weren't friends anymore at the end of the movie made no fucking sense. Like that just felt like so.
You never
just,
had
like,
group-
thrown in there. It's
You
like
never.
Yes.
why?
Yes.
No.
That
You guys never
serves
had- you guys never grew
nothing
up
to
on-
the story at all.
you
They
guys-
didn't have to make them not friends anymore. They go to
From-
one kissing party and all of a sudden
Stop.
they're not friends anymore.
Stop. Make your
That-
point.
That sucks.
Make your point.
So from elementary school to middle school, you did not grow apart from your elementary school friends. You guys
But
always
not in
were
a
like,
single week.
It's not. I agree. That's not usually how it goes.
Especially after a big adventure. I mean, I don't
That
think
is
the
a
Goonies broke
crazy
up as
adventure.
soon as they got back to the beach.
That's a great point. Also, the point that they had just an insane, crazy adventure that only brings people closer together.
They broke up big time in like
but
6 days. School started and they weren't friends anymore.
That was aggressive, but they also
Shit,
came,
man, Stand By Me. They were
came
good friends
back.
for quite a while.
They came back. It came full circle. I appreciated the fact that those young kids recognized that people grow apart. It is a thing.
Mark
I
has
felt
something
fine.
to say.
I felt fine with the lessons that they learned.
I feel like
you know?
you're really just kind of spilling it right
I
now.
felt fine with the lessons
Is
that
this
they
a
learned.
I think
therapy
somebody put a
session?
mirror in front of your face and you saw
spilling
your
it
own
out.
childhood in this movie.
Chuck,
you lost a friend, didn't you, man?
Chuck,
It's
I
okay.
would
You lost a friend.
100%
Oh,
agree.
shit.
Chuck.
I'm
I
fucking
100% agree. And you know what? A movie that did that right is Superbad. And I think they were trying to pull a Superbad type thing where they were splitting up and they had to come to the realization that this was happening.
Yeah.
And
But
either
Superbad was
figure it
building
out,
to that the whole movie.
yeah, or accept it.
You knew they were going to
But
break up.
I feel like they just shoehorned a bunch of
Yeah,
shit
why?
into this movie for no reason, and that was one of them.
They were younger.
that bothered me.
It is shoehorned,
Yeah.
but it is also like the lesson that they learned because
When you're in high school, you break up. Book smart. You know they're going away to college.
Yep.
These kids are in freaking middle school.
was
Why are they not
pointless.
friends anymore?
It was
I went
pointless.
to I went to a middle school that split off into two different high schools. So I understand the fact that friends grow apart.
Go
friends
research
grow
a
up.
trifold like science fair type shit, and we'll look at it and
No,
evaluate
I'm
it.
just saying, kids grow apart. It's weird to
I
think.
can
some,
see Ryan's
I
edit
was-
head going right now.
Yeah, friends with other people, and
I
all of a
haven't said a
sudden, like
word.
years later, you're friends with them later because of after college and after high school. It's weird, you know, people and just the different paths that you grow up on. It just comes.
Man,
It's interesting to me.
this
I think
really
I
hit
think they
you
captured
hard.
that well. I thought they captured
If
it
this
well.
is heartfelt for you listening right now,
It's not
talk to
heartfelt.
Brick. If you can relate
I wouldn't-
to middle school troubles
Okay.
and heartbreaks, just talk to Brick right now because I feel like something happened with you. What happened?
I'm only going to ask one question about this movie, and I'm going to shut the fuck up and we can end this. Chuck, which kid do you think you are of the three? Max, Thor, or Lucas?
He's a Max. No. Yeah.
Which one's Max? Jacob Tremblay?
Jacob
Max
Tremblay.
was the Bieber.
Jacob Tremblay
The
is
main
Max,
guy,
is
right?
the main character.
You're the short main guy. You're short. You're short.
I don't know. Yeah, sure. I'll go with Tremblay. I'll go with the kid with the
Chuck
Oscar.
and I are gonna fight you.
I'm the fat guy. That's fine with me. I don't care. A great singing voice.
You're definitely Thor.
I want to be the serial
I'm
killer
so
in the
Thor.
car, the pizza delivery guy.
You are
'Cause I used to
100%
deliver
Thor
pizza.
because you're just like, oh, I'm the best at everything, but I don't want to do it. But
I believe I can fly.
All right.
Mark, which kid are you?
I believe I can touch the
Honestly,
sky.
probably Thor, because I was involved in the group that was willing to take those risks and like dare each other, but I never wanted to like drink the beer or do any of that. So I pussied out a lot. I'd probably say Thor, to be honest.
That's fair.
You're a
I
nerd.
dig myself a dish.
Ryan, you were the Asian kid with all the girls hanging around at your lunch table.
What's
you
up,
were.
guys?
Soren.
With the beanie with the brim?
You were the
beanie
badass kid with the
Just
kissing
like,
party.
"What's up, dude?"
Smithers? No way.
I'm Lucas,
No.
100%.
Zero Zilch identifies with being the coolest guy around. He is so lame.
If there, was, if there was a kid in the
I'm
movie
Lucas.
sitting in the
So
corner reading fucking video game magazines, that would have been me.
Smithers would burn up everybody in the party.
Mark is reading Gamer Insider or whatever.
And then not
Game
grasping the
Informer.
information and then
Informer?
giving bad takes afterwards, too.
I'd have been the kid
Who read all
writing
the
down the
information?
fucking fatalities in the corner by himself in the hallway
I'm gonna
outside of the
study
lunchroom,
these.
memorizing them.
But
That
then
would
you're
be
like, hey,
hilarious.
can I copy your algebra homework?
Nice.
All
And
right.
you're like, yeah, fine.
Let's go around the table one last time. Anything else you got to say about this movie before we close it out?
I will. I am very upset they didn't have bloopers at the end of this movie.
I think we all agree with
This
you
is
on
the
that.
movie you need bloopers in. If you're going to fucking have a comedy like this, you need to throw in some bloopers. Absolutely.
I was very disappointed when the credits rolled, and then after 5 minutes,
The bloopers.
I wanted more bloopers. You're dealing with children actors. Children actors.
Were there bloopers?
They say the darndest things.
Do you not
right?
like the bloopers
If we know
either?
anything,
I don't think I
from-
stuck around for that.
They didn't
wanted bloopers.
have any.
They didn't have any. Yeah, that
Children
would have been
say the
great.
darndest things. They needed more bloopers.
That would've
I
been
agree
great.
with you. It was funny, but I feel like they took a lot of the
Yeah.
comedy from the trailer to get you in there. I feel like if they would have just given one or two hints at the comedy, it would have been fine, and it would have made the movie better. But I feel like they gave too much in the trailer. Comedies are comedies. There hasn't been. When's the last good comedy that has been released?
It's been about 10 years.
2012 was Thor. That's a comic book movie. Doesn't even count.
Honestly, the last great comedy was Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Which 2017. And I would say
Hold
that's
on.
more
Give
of a
Chuck
comic book
Chuck
movie.
has a hot take, I feel like.
I feel like more of a comic book movie than it is a comedy.
There should have been more nudity. There should have been a whole scene where the kids go to a strip club that you didn't see in the trailer. Somehow wind up. There was a strip club scene, wasn't there?
No.
Well, there
Didn't they
should have
do-
been a strip club scene. Damn
Didn't
it!
they do a strip club scene in that Muppet movie with what's her name? That was
Yes,
actually
and
kind of
also,
funny.
what was the other one we saw? Us.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
There was one in Stuber, too.
Huber? I didn't see that.
No,
one.
it was in
Booksmart, didn't
Umbrella
they?
Academy.
That's what I'm
That's
thinking
what I'm
of.
thinking
Yes,
of.
Yeah, there should have been a trip to the strip club. That's my take.
Yep.
Rogan Goldberg.
Fair enough.
Take that to the
If
bank.
you're watching my Facebook live stream,
He
All
is.
right, so-
He is.
Before Brick just gets hammered and starts rambling,
Too late.
let's rate this on our 3-point scale. I'm going to say stream it. I don't think it's worth going to a theater for. We were really hoping for this to be the next great comedy, and it's not quite that. It's funny. It's good for a laugh, but it'll be on HBO in a few months, and just watch it there.
Man, I'm a big comedy guy. I don't even want to put it on like a scale of Pineapple Express or anything like that. I would probably go skip it. I'm gonna say stream it because it does hit on some points with levity and humor. So I'll just say stream it.
I think it's a better movie than you guys are giving it credit for. I think a lot of the comedy is from the previews. That's fine, but I feel like it isn't endearing the way that these kids, form a group, band together. It gives you those like middle school vibes that you can.
You better say see
Wow.
it. You
Yo,
better
right,
say
I
I'm
see
gonna
it.
say see it. I want it. Yeah, wrap it up.
You better say
I want
see
to
it.
say see it. I'm gonna say see it because fuck
You're
you
a
two
see it.
clowns.
Fuck you. I hate
see
you.
it.
I
I
hate
think
you.
it's a fun. I think
Hate
it's
your face.
funny enough in the
Wrap
comedy
that
era
shit
that we've
up,
had in the
B.
last 10 years for it to be a worthy of a see it. It's not a Hangover. It's
So see
not
it.
Step Brothers. It's not.
I'm going to
anything
kill
from
your
the
mic
2000s.
now.
Hold on.
Chuck, what
Chuck,
do you
did-
think?
Hold on.
I
I've
want you to
turned
take a
up-
picture of this because you always say I
Did
love
he change
everything.
your mind? Did he change your mind?
I want to go on record and I'm going to say skip it.
Whoa!
Don't go see it. Go see something else. Watch
you
the
lunatic.
trailer.
You're crazy.
See the trailer. Skip the movie.
Insane.
See the
Okay.
trailers, get at the movie, you're a
This
lunatic.
is just
out
because
here.
Smithers always says I love everything, so I'm gonna.
You do.
That one's for
You.
you.
And it's insane.
All right, I respect that, Chuck.
I love it's
Cheers.
the power of
My name's
our
Chuck,
podcast.
and I
Don't
say
cheers
skip it.
him. No, he was
I
trying to
respect
skip
the
it.
dissension. Okay.
Hell yeah.
We're going to close this out with our recommendations as we always do. I'm going to kick this off. I started watching Succession on HBO. It's if you want to hate everybody on a TV show, this is where you need to go because all of these people fucking suck. They're all terrible and you just want to see what bad thing happens to them next. And I'm 100% here for that.
Kieran Culkin's great though.
Yes, absolutely. Totally. The acting is excellent. Don't get me wrong, but I fucking hate all of these people.
Yeah.
Mark, what do you recommend?
I need to drink more Malorts. I'm going to say Screwball. It's a new documentary that just released on Netflix. This is all about Tony Bosch and his whole steroid scandal that he had within MLB. So it's A-Rod, everything. The best part is everything that happens throughout the documentary is whenever they're telling a story, they have like 12-year-old kids speaking the part, but they're not actually saying the part. They're just talking over what's going on, and it's hilarious, but it's actually really interesting. And if you're a baseball guy, check it out.
I 100% cannot wait to watch that. I didn't know it was coming to Netflix, but I'm totally in on it.
The stories he has about A-Rod and clubs and the whole doping shit that was going on, like A-Rod was getting some blood drawn so they could test his doping in Live nightclub in Miami, and they dropped it on the floor and A-Rod's on the ground trying to search it. Anyways, they're just insane stories you have to hear. Cool. It's ridiculous.
All right, Brick, what's your recommendation?
Did you turn his mic back up?
Gaffigan.
Nah, he's good.
New stand-up, Amazon Prime. It just released yesterday. It's actually funny. It gives. He doesn't do like for the first half. I've only seen the first half of it, and the first half of it had me laughing out loud. I had to leave to come to Chicago because of the Air and Water show. I had to leave a little early. I didn't want to stop watching this. I was halfway done, and I was laughing out loud a lot, which I'm very stingy on my comedy. Jim Gaffigan kills it. I think it's a big step forward for Amazon Prime and their comedy, their stand-up, lineup. I think this is a big step forward for that. Jim Gaffigan, Amazon Prime, just released. Go check it out. Boom.
All right.
Without a doubt, this came out under the radar. Everybody was looking forward to it, but it just dropped. Pennyworth on Amazon Prime.
What?
The Alfred Pennyworth
Oh.
television series about
Where the fuck were you
it's
on
set
that,
in
Mark?
London, 1960s. Alfred Pennyworth,
Period piece.
fresh out of the army.
Let's go.
You know Alfred, he's Batman's butler. It's a story of him meeting Thomas Wayne. Alfred's a bouncer at a nightclub. He meets
Mark's
Thomas
pumped.
Wayne. It's all about the origins of Wayne Enterprises. It takes place way before Thomas even meets Martha Wayne. It's an Alfred Pennyworth you've never seen before. The birth of the owl, the Court of Owls. It's a lighthearted. It's a Pennyworth you've never seen before. You can stream the first 3 episodes on Amazon
And
Prime.
you're into it. You're into
I
it.
really dig it.
All right.
I'm
First
digging
3
it.
episodes. What happened to the?
Then you got to pay like a $5 add-on for Epics
I'm impressed.
to watch the rest of
Ooh.
it.
Okay.
So, but it's worth it because it's
Is it-
Pennyworth.
You ever get into like the Gotham shows or anything like
I
that?
love
the CW?
Gotham.
Okay.
I fucking adored Gotham, man. I loved how it got darker and darker
I
and
told
more
you, Chuck
gruesome
likes
as it
everything.
went. The longer it
not
goes, the
Good
better
Boys.
it got. I mean, I love Gotham.
I love
I was
that
a
you
Gotham fan.
super hate on Good Boys. On our
But I love
podcast
Gotham.
specifically. No.
I stand with
I'm
Chuck.
sold on this. That's amazing.
Sandwich up.
All right, let's wrap this bitch up so I can go get
Oh
drunk.
my God.
Thank you for coming to or listening to episode 156 of the Chumpcast. We appreciate everybody who showed up at headquarters in Chicago to be a part of this and just get shit-faced for no apparent reason. We appreciate you. We love you very much. And you can follow us on all social media platforms at the Chumpcast. You can call or text us at 847-920-6107. Make sure you check out Chuck at Chuckload of Comics on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube mostly. We will be seeing a whole lot of you at Ace Comic Con this year. Next week, you'll be at Wizard World in Rosemont. Anything else you got to plug before we go?
Just check out the show, man, every Sunday. Talking about comics, talking about movies, talking about television.
Always great content.
Live convention coverage. Hopefully do a lot more with the Chumpcast.
Hey,
So
you know
thanks a
what?
lot for having me, guys.
Hey, they give.
Since this is an audio medium, we can tell people that you're 6'2".
I'm a monster. My
you're
foot
so
is 6
fucking
foot
tall,
2.
dude.
All right, it's Chuck and I versus fucking you two after
Let's
this.
go.
Tekken right
Let's
here. Tekken
fucking
5.
go. Okay.
I'm sick
Chuck
of your
would
shit
win. We would
right now. I'm
pummel
sick of your
you.
shit.
Chuck would beat both of us.
I am the
up.
shortest person on the panel right now.
I'm gonna
just
lie
you
your
know.
Anyways, thanks for tuning in to episode 156 of the Chumpcast. Until next time.
Comes on, motherfucker.